Hey guys, RTT back here for the video, guys. Today, I'm gonna give my opinion of after 1 month of having this bad boy right here. This is a brand new Mac Mini M1 chip edition. Of course, they do have new Mac, actually iMacs coming out. Different color variations. Actually really cool. I made a video covering it, but my 1 month after having this, what do I think about this? Do I love it? Do I hate it? Is it as powerful as everyone makes it out to be, guys? Let's go ahead and get right into this. 1 second, boy. All right, starting off right away, you have to understand what I'm coming from. When I switched over to the Mac Mini 2020 edition M1 chip, I went ahead and came from a NZXT Creator PC with a 3090 in there. My current PC rig has an i9 9900K. It also has a 3090. We're talking about 64 gigabytes of RAM. We're talking about maxed out to the maxed out. So not the most latest CPU, because again, when I bought this, it was 9900K, but that is still a fine CPU for most tasks you want to get done. Now, when I switched over to this bad boy, I will say one thing. Majority of my PC time I spend rendering, editing videos. Obviously, if you guys do not know, I have 6 YouTube channels. So I do render and edit a lot of videos, and that was my biggest concern moving over, was could it render or edit videos faster? Now, when I first moved over, I thought I was going to go ahead and get the, Apple software for video editing. I think it's called iMovie or Final Cut. I thought I was going to get Final Cut until I gave one software another chance, and that was Adobe Premiere. I used to go ahead and rock Sony Vegas for the longest time, and then I went ahead and said, you know what, I'll give Adobe Premiere a try, and I fell in love with Adobe Premiere. So I did spend $300 on iMovie, on Final Cut, but I will say one thing, that you can use Adobe Premiere on both platforms, whether PC or Mac, so that is very nice. But overall, I will say that it's not any much faster using it on my iMac rather than using it on my PC. Another thing I do not like I mentioned a second ago, I do have a 3090 in my Creator PC, and that is very helpful when editing videos. Because mostly when you're editing videos, you use the CPU power, correct? Yes, but some editing softwares like Adobe Premiere and Sony Vegas lets you be able to actually utilize the GPU performance to boost a video maybe faster or render it and not have so much power on your CPU. Next thing I realized real fast is streaming. I do like to stream, and when you stream, you don't want to put all your streaming power on your CPU. You want to go ahead and leverage it with your graphics card in order to make it more powerful when you stream, because again, if you don't, you're going to go ahead and lag, you're going to drop frames. If you guys have been streaming, you know dropping frames never good. And that really brings me into my first issue and complaint. This one does have a GPU built in with the M1 chip. M1 chip is a GPU CPU. Well, it's a CPU. I believe it's also a GPU. It has the power of a GPU, and I think there's no dedicated GPU in this machine. I don't like that. I will definitely say I do not like that. I did run Valley Benchmark. You guys do not know it's a benchmarking software. Lets you kind of see how powerful your unit is. And overall, it did decent, but nothing too spectacular. Because again, like I said, not having a 3090 in here definitely does not help. But the M1 chip is still a very, very powerful chip nonetheless. With all that aside, let's talk about the actual breakdown of the unit itself. So this unit does only come with 2 USB ports, and I will say one thing that is absolutely sucks. And the reason why I say that is because of the fact that if you do not get a wireless keyboard and wireless mouse, which I recommend you do, but it's like $300 to do, you are going to have to either get a USB hub or something, because you only have 2 USB ports. If you use a keyboard and mouse for that, guess what? You have no other USB ports to plug anything else in, which absolutely sucks. And I wish there was more USB ports, or at least had a USB hub that they came with this. It would be a lot better in my opinion, but I definitely do hate that. Other than that, you do get 2 Lightning USB-C ports, which I do like. Again, you can utilize that for Lightning to USB, whatever the case. But personally speaking, I don't really utilize them too much. Again, you can, if you want to, go ahead and plug in a USB hub to that. From Lightning to USB hub, very possible. Other than that, you get 1 Ethernet port, and that is actually it. Nothing else on this unit other than that. It's a very simple unit. It's a very simple everything. Now, again, like I said, if you get a USB hub, you can make that 2 USB ports into 7 or 8 USB ports. And again, if you get wireless keyboard and mouse, you're gonna have no issue with that. Which, again, it's a simple problem solve that can be fixed, but something that I do not like because I wish it would fix out of the box right away. Now, my second issue with this bad boy is the actual iMac entirely. So this is ran by the M1 chip. And what you'll realize very, very quickly is you cannot run Windows on this machine. You can go ahead and go to the Mac Boot Camp, but it will tell you because there's no Intel chip in here, you cannot run Intel or you cannot run Windows on this machine. So this is strictly an iMac. This can only run Mac OS. It can, if you guys have never used an actual Windows, iMac or a Mac controlled by Intel, if you go in the boot camp, you can actually run Windows on your Mac or your iMac, but you cannot do that with any of the M1 chip models. Now, you might be saying, who cares? I want Mac. You're buying Mac for Mac. Why? If you want to do that, buy Windows. The reason why you want to do that is because 90% of the freaking applications people use don't work on iMac. I'm just going to tell you right now, Mac is not optimized for anything when it comes to business or work relations. There are a lot of things that are, but the majority of things I use are not optimized. For example, I have this microphone right here, and I have a Go XLR. Now, guess what? If I want to use a Go XLR, I can use it on the iMac. I can use my mic, but that is it. All the functionality of using the application, everything like that, gone. Go XLR does not support Mac. And that's not the only thing that does not support Mac. If you want to go ahead and use an Elgato on Mac, awesome. You have to buy the 1080 S Plus. You know why? Because anything above that, which there's like 6 or 7 Elgatos above that does 4K, all that kind of great stuff, they are not supported on Mac because Mac does not let you have the 4K utility client. For some reason, Elgato says that the 4K utility client, they're not going to make one for Mac. They only makes one for what's called PC. So yeah, you can't even use that. And that is only a tiny bit of applications that are just not supported on Macintosh, and I absolutely hate it. So between not being able to use half my softwares, half my devices on my Mac, the limited amount of USB ports, the limited amount of GPU power you have on this bad boy, am I telling you right now this is the worst thing I've ever bought? No, it is not. Because at the end of the day, the reason why I have a PC is because it can do all those things, and I can let the Mac be the Mac. Now, what does that mean? The Mac be the Mac? That doesn't make any sense. Well, what the Mac being the Mac means is that this is amazing for Photoshop. This is amazing for, like I said, using video editing and video editing software. This is amazing for going ahead and actually watching content, being able to have a little compact, like this is the whole PC, guys. This is the whole computer right here. Have this on a desk, have a flush look, a beautiful look on the desk, and be able to do most of the stuff I need to do on a day-to-day basis with this bad boy. Now, if you buy this, you should not be buying this because you want the most powerful thing in the world, okay? Buy an iMac if you want the most powerful thing in the world. Buy this because what you're trying to buy this for is the simple fact of you want to be able to carry this around. I went on vacation recently. I put this in my bag, took it with me, plugged it right into the monitor or the TV at the hotel, use my Mac just like that. Very easy and simple. You do need obviously a monitor, but very simple. You can take this places, you can set this up. It's such an easy and simple design. That is why you buy this device. You are not buying this device for power. And if you want to talk about speakers, this is a speaker on a device and it's absolutely garbage. It is one of the worst speakers I've ever heard in my life. I do not recommend trying to listen to music off this device. But overall, like I said, after 1 month of using it, I like it, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it's not replacing my PC at all. Not even close. This PC I have right here, this $4,000 PC, is not even coming close. Now, this bad boy right here was around $2,500. Actually, no, almost $3,000. This PC or this Mac. So I did get it maxed out, obviously. And I just can't ever see myself replacing this PC with this bad boy right here. But I will say, for the simplicity of it and for the fact you can actually use it in multiple situations and it does actually get work done, I'm giving it an 8 out of 10. I definitely say it's a decent device. Guys, tell me down below your thoughts and opinions, and I'll see you guys next one. Peace out.